Today, on research writing, are you ready to learn new things on your literature review? Let's go there. I'm Dr. Osman Muhammad Bello. I'm here to make your research writing process simple. So far, we have covered the three major aspects of your literature review, which are the conceptual review, theoretical review, and the empirical review. But today, I would like to explain, to let you know the place of your literature review in your entire research. In other words, why do you have to do literature review? Why is it important? Yes, let me tell you. Your literature review is significant to the overall success of your work, and these are some of the reasons. One, literature review helps to prevent unintentional replication or duplication of work. What does that mean? If you conduct a good literature review, you are likely to know what has been done, and therefore you are likely not to fall into the trap of repeating what has already been done. In other words, if what you are doing has already been resolved by previous researchers, then there is no need for you to go into it. So if you have done literature review, it will tell you what has been done, and it will open your eyes to what is yet to be done, and can now decide on which of the gaps you need to address in your own work. That is one. Two, literature review helps to establish the level of knowledge, the level of the knowledge of the researcher in the area or in the discipline. In what am I trying to say? If you conduct a very good and deep literature review, it will let us know that yes, you are actually in tune to what has been done in this area, that you have the capacity, you are qualified to research in this area. And what makes you qualified is because you know what has been done. And therefore, you can actually talk about what is yet to be done. That is another reason. Three, literature review helps to connect your own research with the previous research. Remember, no research will stand in isolation. Your research must be anchored on what has been done. So it is only that literature review that will give you that connection, that will allow you to connect your work to what has been done in that field. And therefore, we can now see the point at which you have extended scholarship. We'll see that it is at this point that your research is coming in. That is another factor, another reason. Four, literature review also helps you to identify gaps in previous research. If you have not even determined the gap you want to address, let's say all you have for is the aspect of the discipline you want to engage in, you want to research in. Then, as I said in my previous video, what you need to do is now to conduct literature review in that area so that you know what has been done and what's yet to be done. In the course of conducting that review, you are likely going to see the gaps left unaddressed by previous researchers. You know that previous researchers will have also identified the scope of their work. So if they have identified the scope of their work, it will let you know the extent to which they have gone. And sometimes some previous researchers will even identify areas that future researchers can go into. Sometimes they say suggestion for further studies. Suggestions for further studies. If you read previous research, you are likely going to see some of these suggestions, and it will help you to see gaps, problems that have been left unaddressed, not because those previous researchers could not address them, but because their scope did not cover those areas. So this will also help you to know some of this. So these are some of the reasons why your literature review is very significant, and it is very important. Before you even begin to do your main writing, your main work, do a mini empirical review before you even actually begin to do your study. This will open your eyes to a lot of issues, and then it will help you to decide on what to do in your current study. If you find this video helpful or important, I urge you to please like, comment, and share. And if you have not followed me, follow me for more educative views on research writing. Thank you very much.